this episode, we dive into some of the products coming out of the great state of Georgia. Tune in to hear what we drink and what we think on this episode of The Bourbon Hunters. Have you thought about supporting our podcast? Head on over to bourbonhunters.com where you can by purchasing Bourbon Hunters products and sign up for our Patreon, which includes exclusive access to single barrel announcements from our private single barrel club. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us on our hunt for great bourbon. Reward yourself and sit back, grab a pour, kick up your feet, and enjoy. Welcome to another episode of the Bourbon Hunters. I am Dupool, and I am joined by
Fritter.
the Fritter.
The Frit Nasty.
The Fritnator. Frit Nasty. That's not it.
No,
Let's go with
not.
the Fritnator.
Fritnator.
The Fritnator.
The refrigerator.
The Fritnator. Making copies. All right. So, thanks for joining in this week, guys. We've got a Georgia episode, if you will.
Georgia.
On my mind. Wait a second. That's not how it goes, is it?
Georgia.
So we've got, you know what? I've got Old Fourth Distillery sitting back there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've got a bottled and bond, unopened, and an opened one as well. That's my first foray into Georgia, actually.
Oh, nice.
Not the girl.
Have you tried
the
it?
state.
Yeah.
So I have tried it. It's not too bad.
Nice.
But let's dive in. We'll pause, and I'll go grab one of those bottles here later. But we've got 5 bottles in front of us, and I'm not looking forward to tomorrow morning because it's going to be rough. So we have. How do you want to break this down? Apparently, we're doing
ASW.
Yeah.
American Spirits Whiskey.
half of that.
Yeah.
Right there. Perfect. All right. So we've got Fiddler. Introduce this one.
This is called the Unison. So their master distiller down there, I can't remember the name of him, but he plays the fiddle. And so they thought that Fiddler would be an appropriate name for this. But also what they're doing is they're sourcing MGP weeded bourbons. And so they're fiddling around with it, blending that. So it could also fit that way too.
So they're buying multiple barrels of weeded MGP.
It's a specific mash bill.
But then they're blending them to get the flavor they're looking for.
Yep. It's 51% corn, 47% wheat.
Okay. That's a pretty... Wait, say that again? 57-40 what?
51% corn.
Oh, 51. I thought you had gone over 100%. I was like, wait a second.
No, 47% wheat, 4% malted barley.
All right. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So the weeded, that's got me intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
This
is the Unison. This is their 90 proof.
I will say this one smells younger and it looks less dark.
No color added, but guess what? Non-gel filter.
Well, it better be no color added. This is a bourbon.
Non-gel filter.
Non-gel filter. All right, so Fiddler Unison. It smells young. It looks lighter colored compared to the one beside it. What's the one beside it?
The one beside it is a toasted weeded.
Okay, so it's toasted. All right, is it a higher proof?
Yes, the next one is 59% ABV.
That makes a little more sense. It's a little darker. That's why I was wondering.
It's got pleasant notes.
No, it's got a good nose. It's just, but it smells younger. That's all.
Toffee, caramel, your traditional notes.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it does have some youth to it, in my opinion, on the nose. I don't know what is this non-age stated or what is this?
Non-age stated.
Okay. All right, I'm going to dive in. Definitely getting the corn. A little bit of the youth, but it's pleasant. It's actually not bad.
For a shelfer?
I get the funk of the wheat.
This would be their shelfer.
I get the wheat funk on the finish.
Yep.
What do you say the proof on this one is?
90.
90 even?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a sipper. This is not bad. I could handle this.
Would you rather this or Special Reserve Weller?
I don't get this youth on Weller Special Reserve, so I'd probably prefer Weller Special Reserve, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it's probably half the price. Just being honest.
Yeah.
But this is good.
It is.
I would not be
price.
upset. I would not be upset about this if someone gave me this in a glass. It's pleasant. There's nothing offsetting or off-putting about it, I should say. Yeah, reasonable. This is good. But again, I'd give this probably like a 3.
That's not a horrible score.
No, but for a shelfer, that's you need to be a 3.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a shelfer, you need to be a 3. If you're going to be a successful shelfer, you should be a 3.
But for something not Kentucky or Tennessee,
well,
or
it's Indiana,
region,
so it's basically Tennessee or Kentucky.
That's true.
It's right over the river from Louisville. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I could handle this for an evening if I wanted to. Keep it light and not have barrel strength stuff.
Not blow your palate out.
Yeah. No, not bad.
Decent flavor. Yum. And
this is reasonable. Yeah.
This place is located in Atlanta, Georgia.
In Atlanta. Okay. That is also where Old Fourth Distillery is located. All right. So, what do you got going on, man? Anything interesting?
Interesting.
The golf course is opened up, right?
Golf course is open.
Pretty packed, pretty crazy right now?
Not with the weather we've had.
No.
And the frosty mornings, and we've probably...
Really?
Yeah, we've been doing maybe between 30 and 60 rounds. Good weather days, we're in about 130.
130 rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
On a good weather day right now.
So that's not bad.
We're slated for Friday, 168.
Okay.
So
but that's supposed to be a nice day, right? Friday?
80 degrees with a lot of wind.
Right. Yeah, so British Open conditions.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll find me and Tyler out on Pinnacle Friday.
Are you guys going?
Yeah, we're going to play 9 holes and get dinner out
Well,
there.
while you're listening to this, I'll most likely be in my second week in Italy.
And we will have concluded our 9 holes.
Yeah. I'll actually be, at this point, I should be in Rome when you're listening. If you're listening as it comes out.
One in Rome.
Yeah, when in Rome. I will not be drinking bourbon, most likely. I'm trying to decide. Should I sneak a bottle in? Not sneak.
Are you checking a bag?
Yeah, I'm checking a bag. Although I'm really fighting checking a bag.
Are you?
But because I don't like to check a bag.
Yep.
But I know my wife is going to check a bag, and she's probably going to invade my bag.
Yep.
And so she's going to probably need more than what I need. So I, honest to God, could probably pack for 2 weeks in a carry-on bag.
I love it. Yeah, same.
I'm being serious. So I've got this new garment bag. It's a duffel. It's called the half day, I think, or the week half. I don't know, half day or half week or something. Anyway, it lays out flat. You put in your things that you wanted to be more garment, non-wrinkled type stuff in it.
Yep.
And then you start to zip it up in a way to where it becomes a duffel. You'll see it on the stairs on the way upstairs. Then you could roll and tight roll your stuff, your other stuff. I feel like I could fill that thing with everything I need for 2 weeks. It's 45 liter, volume wise.
Mm-hmm.
I am not nearly as picky. I could get by with one pair of shoes and then dress myself for the weeks based off of that pair of shoes. My wife is the opposite. She'll find 10 outfits, and then she'll have to bring all the shoes to go with the outfits, as opposed to finding 3 pairs of shoes and finding the outfits to go with the shoes. She does it the opposite way, and she does not travel lightly. So that's not going to be fun.
You could definitely fit a bottle of Bardstown in your suitcase, though, easily.
Oh, yeah, I could fit a bottle of Bardstown. I could fit a bottle of anything, really. I've got those, blow-up bag packs that you can, ship stuff with that you can easily put into a carry-on, or not a carry-on, but a check bag. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm also advantage with American. I'm Platinum Pro, so I get 2 check bags free and all that. So it's not like I'm worried about the cost. I just don't want to be, as we're going to 4 places, I don't want to be carrying around all this luggage everywhere we go. And she just doesn't understand that part. She packs enough underwear so that she could shit her pants every day and still have extra underwear left over.
She should have some good chart stories then.
Well, I mean, she's not going to do that. I'm saying she packs as though she's going to shit her pants every day. And it's interesting. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, as you're listening to this, if you're listening to it as the week it comes out, we should be in Italy right now. And hopefully I'll, if I do pack a bottle of bourbon, I'll be taking pictures
of the bourbon in different locations of Italy.
I love that.
So that's the one thing that's making me so follow the Instagram. That's the one thing that's making me want to take a bottle, so I can take bottles of bourbon and have pictures of them in front of like the Coliseum or in front of whatever.
You should do an homage with Steve Nally, since we just had him on.
How would I do an homage?
Take
with
a bottle
Steve
of
Nally?
Bardstown and take pictures of it in locations.
But how is that with Steve Nally?
It wouldn't be with him, but you could tag him.
Yeah,
if we were to
I
go.
could tag Steve Nally with bottles of Bardstown in different locations throughout Europe. That would be, or Italy. That would be all right.
What an awesome guest, huh?
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
How often do you, me, and Brett sit here and just kind of like stare and listen?
Oh, I mean, he had so many good stories, and I just feel like he's 100% sincere.
Yeah.
And he's genuine. Like, he's not just being on the podcast. Like, he's not pushing anything right now, product wise. He just, I felt like he connected with us when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
And you followed up and, did what you needed to do to get him to come on the podcast. And he was a great guest. He just talked, and he didn't have a handler. He just jumped on and hung out with us for an hour and 10 minutes.
I had a friend ask if we paid him to appear. I was like, no.
Are you supposed to?
I don't know, maybe.
Sure. That's interesting.
Some people might, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, maybe events will pay for them to show up.
Right.
So that could be. All right, let's move on to the next one. What do you got? What do we got next?
Do we want to stick and finish with the second offering of Fiddler?
I think we stay in that realm just so we can at least kind of keep it consistent.
And then we can move on to our next Georgia distillery.
Yeah, let's do that.
I've heard good things about this one.
You haven't opened either of these till tonight?
Just opened
That's
them.
plenty. That's plenty. That's much darker. So this one's 100 and what proof? 106?
It's a 59%.
Oh, 108. Okay, all right. Need my damn readers. That people gave me jokingly for my 50th birthday. This is batch. Fuck, I can't read this. 24 something. 5 years old, 8 months. I can't read this, so you're gonna have to read it.
Let me see it.
Ooh, that is way too small a print, man. Oh, you're cheating. I could do that.
Shh! Don't tell people my secrets.
Jeez, do you need readers already too?
Yeah.
Do you really?
No. I wear contacts, but that's really little.
I don't wear contacts anymore.
This is batch 24004. This is 5 years and 8 months old. Mash bill is 51.45 and 4. Corn, wheat, barley. Its finish is 60% for 23 months and 40% for 12 weeks. Char 1 and 3. Toast is medium and heavy. ABV is 59, which makes it 118 proof.
Oh, 118. I don't know why the hell I said 108. That's bad math. What did you say the age was on this?
5 years, 8 months.
So not quite 6 years. So as we talked with Steve Nally, that was 6 years is kind of that magic point he says where it starts to lose a little bit of its sharpness and that seesaw we talked about. That's where the seesaw starts to even out. And now that's with weeded. This is also weeded, right?
Yep.
So we're just short of that. We'll see if there's some harshness to this.
Maybe some of the toasted barrel finish.
Yeah,
might
maybe that
help
softened
with
it up
that.
a little bit. Yeah.
Some
The nose is good.
caramel, toffee, clove on the nose.
Wow. Okay. The palate on this one is not what I would have expected after the nose. This is a good palate.
Yeah.
This is a very, and it's interesting. I don't feel like it's a super viscous mouthfeel, but the finish is creamy. Does that make sense?
No, it is creamy. It's hanging around.
I mean, it's not like hanging around like what was the mouth experience that you did?
The grenade.
Yeah, you know how that gave me like that little bit of reflux?
Yep.
This isn't a reflux hanging around. This is a creamy, flavorful hanging around.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Not counting crows hanging around.
No.
Or is that hanging around?
Hanging around.
He's kind of whiny.
No, I love
His
Counting
voice.
Crows.
I like him too.
Listen, Raining in Baltimore is probably one of my favorite songs of theirs, and it never was released. It was just a an album song. Like, you had to actually go into the deep tracks to
Yeah.
get, you know.
What was that one song he does where he's like, egg whites, coffee black? It's one of the lyrics.
I have no idea.
Oh, shit.
And I'm pretty well versed on Counting Crows. I don't know that one. But yeah, this is surprisingly, the nose does not match the palate to me. Do you think it does?
Not at all.
I mean, the palate's not, or the nose isn't bad, but what I get on the palate is just kind of surprising based off of what I get from the nose. And the palate is really good. Really good.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of this offering.
And what was the name of this? This is Fiddler what?
Fiddler
Toasted?
Toasted.
Is that all it's called? Fiddler Toasted?
Fiddler Toasted Series Toasted Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in toasted barrels. Yep.
Yeah. I just had another drink, and man.
And it has a little like icon here, cask strength wheated bourbon. And it says
This is
45% wheat.
This is good. This is, there's such a creamy finish to this. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a,
Colorblind was the song.
oh, I know that song, but I don't remember that lyric. So this is, it's almost like a creamy vanilla Coke on the finish. Creamy vanilla soda, like with a little bit of cherry.
I hope I get that.
Yeah, like on the finish. Man.
Oh, I could see that.
You know what I mean? Like it's like stuck in my throat, like a creamy vanilla soda. It's
Yeah.
almost like a float, like a vanilla float or something, like a a Coke float.
Yeah, Coke float, not root beer. There's no like sarsaparilla.
No, it's a Coke float. It's definitely not a root beer float.
And that's a thing.
No, it is. Have you seen the people on TikTok who act like they've just not invented, but basically, discovered?
Did you want a little more?
No, I'm good because we got a lot to go through. They act like they discovered the Coke float,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, what the? Like, it's like a life hack. You take vanilla ice cream and add McDonald's Coca-Cola. I'm like, that's a fucking Coke float, jackass.
McDonald's Coke is the best
Well,
Coke.
no, it is. It is. It's 100%. And they have their own recipe in Atlanta at the Coke factory. But like, you didn't discover anything.
No.
A Coke float's been around since, the old pharmacies back in the day when they had the soda shops.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't discover anything, buddy. It's just so funny how history repeats itself when people just are uneducated.
Yeah.
That is good. I'm pleasantly surprised by that Fiddler Toasted.
I'm glad I picked that up. I found that in Thomaston, Georgia, which is the hometown of my wife's parents. And they have a liquor store. It's an old railroad station that's converted now into a liquor store.
That's better than the Lick Him store, which is next door.
That's I don't go in that one.
Yeah,
I go to the liquor store, and it was $79.99.
yeah, that's reasonable. I would list that as a buy. For less than $100, $80. I mean, honestly, what Elmer T. Lee's $80 now.
Is it really?
Yes.
I'd rather that.
No, I would too. The finish on this is, in my opinion, better than an Elmer T. Lee, which is just a standard bourbon offering, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's good. I like Elmer T. Lee, but it's a standard, just traditional bourbon. There's nothing exceptional about Elmer T. Lee.
Would you rather Elmer T. Lee or like Eagle Rare?
It's a good question. We should do that head to head.
That'd be a fun head-to-head.
Yeah.
Maybe an MEM episode.
A little blind. I might do that. That's not a bad idea.
Double bass. Oh, it's already
Double
taken
bass.
by someone.
No, that's triple bass.
Triple bass.
Double bass is 100% not taken yet. We're coming after you, Jason. Mash and drum. Double bass versus triple bass. All right. What do we got next? Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
We are going now down to Americas, Georgia, which is south near the Florida-Georgia line.
You know what? This is great because we just watched the Masters.
I know. And that's, Augusta
Granted, by the time
National.
you watch this, it'll be 3 or 4 weeks past, or listen to this, it'll be 3 or 4 weeks past. But we just watched the Masters.
Uh-huh.
Rory McIlroy completed the career Grand Slam.
Yep.
almost choked, almost lost it.
He's a better player than Roy McAvoy.
Yeah, McAvoy is not very good.
No, I mean, how many balls in the water was it? Like 11?
Are you-
Tin Cup.
Oh,
I always joked. I told my dad if I was ever a reporter,
You know who-
I'd call him Roy McAvoy and
So-
see if he caught it.
so speaking of Tin Cup, Bryson DeChambeau
Yeah.
is Tin Cup mixed with Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
His character and his personality, he's a mixture of Tin Cup, Roy McAvoy, and Happy Gilmore, in my opinion.
I mean, you gotta love Bryson.
High five. No, I love him. He's a great, but like, it sucked to see him fall so far back on Sunday because I wanted him, but Justin Rose came up, and then
How about that? 45 years old.
Who was the other? Arberg?
Oberg.
Oberg.
Yeah, Ludwig.
Like he came up, and for a minute it was like when Rory had 2 holes to go.
Yeah.
I think it was a three-way tie at 10 under.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just like, damn. I was like, holy cow, this did not go the way I expected.
No, that Masters was probably the most exciting
in a
Masters
while.
in a decade.
In a while, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and to have it go to a playoff, I was so disappointed that it went to a playoff, but it ended exactly like. Here's the thing: I know a lot of people don't like Rory.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because of his
Some
cockiness.
off,
From what is he, Irish or
he's
or
Northern
Scottish?
Ireland.
So maybe that little Irish kind of, kind of like what's his name from the MMA, UFC.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor type of mentality and cockiness. But you know what? I like it. I like him. I think he's funny. He opens himself up on interviews. He just speaks from the heart generally.
Yep.
From what I've seen, and I wanted him to complete the career Grand Slam.
I just wish there wasn't such animosity between Live Tour and PGA Tour because they didn't talk at all.
I don't understand that.
Like not a word besides good luck and congratulations was said.
Yeah, but whatever. Let's pour. For me, it's my mom is all. She's up in arms about that Live Tour as well.
They need to find a way to link them together.
But I felt like they did that to like get a little bit of what do you call it, leverage against the PGA to try to get a little more money. But I don't know.
I think that in order to link the two together, it's going to take allowing partnership with the Saudis. They're gonna have
They
to.
will. I think they know what the end game is. I think there's a definite end game. I feel like in play, and it's like anything else, sports and entertainment wise, it revolves around money. But I think there's an end game in play.
Now I will say that second shot on the par 5 that Rory hit around the tree with a big draw that was shaped right to the hole.
Was that the one with the camera stand in the way too?
Probably.
Like on 14 or 13 or something. I was just like, holy shit.
This one was 15, I think. Yeah, but yeah, the same hole. Yeah.
But he scrambled pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
For as bad as he was hitting his first shots off the tee on Sunday, for him to have shot the way he did, I was so surprised.
That 7-foot eagle putt, Tiger buries that in his prime.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
18, that putt for par, Tiger buries that 10 out of 10 times.
No, 100%. He choked on that on the 18th hole on that putt. He choked. It was a 4-footer.
Did you hear the story how he got his head reset on the playoff hole?
Well, I knew he got some. No,
his caddy. So his caddy, as they were you could tell in Rory's face. Like I've been.
He was
I've
so
been there.
deflated.
Yeah, I've been there.
I
myself.
was really surprised that he didn't fall apart on that first playoff hole. Honestly,
I've been there mid round where I'm like 2 under through 14 holes and I make a triple bogey and my dad will be watching and he'll just see my face and he's like, he's going to shoot 4 over the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And I would finish with like a 75 and I was 2 under through 14. But Rory was just dejected. And when they got up to the tee, his caddy kind of pulled him close and he said, now before Thursday, if I were to say, would you take a playoff to win the Masters right now? He said, absolutely. Go get it.
Yeah.
And it just reset them.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. And that's the thing about golf. And if your mental game is not strong, every hole is a brand new beginning. Every hole is a potential reset.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah. No, you have to have a short memory. You got to be a goldfish.
And it's short. That's it. That's from something. A movie or something. I can't remember what it is. But, Ted Lasso.
Yeah, Ted Lasso. You got to be a goldfish.
You got to be a goldfish. But, like, honestly, it is. And I think here's the thing that differentiates golf between all the other sports, in my opinion. Baseball, basketball, football, they're all against another opponent. And while technically golf is against other opponents too, there's no one defending you except for the course.
You're playing against yourself.
So it's you playing against yourself against the course.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball, baseball, football, all those, they have defenders. They have someone who can affect the outcome of what you do.
Right.
The only thing affecting the outcome of what you do in golf is you and the course.
Yep.
So the pressure and the mental game of a golfer has to be so much better, in my opinion. And not to mention that a fast-paced game like basketball, football, not so much baseball, but it's still faster paced than golf. For example, holy fuck, Justin Rose on his last putt on the first playoff hole. Can you take any longer to line that fucking thing up? That took him 10 minutes to like. I was wanting the damn what's it called? The guy that makes sure you're playing.
The Marshall.
The Marshall to come out and say, "Listen, buddy, you can only line this putt up, 5 minutes.
You can psych yourself out."
All Justin Rose did on his birdie putt for
birdie on that
on the playoff hole, like he lined that up for 5 minutes.
Well, he missed it right on the edge too.
He did, but he lined it up for 5 minutes. I'm like,
Right.
just fucking putt the thing. And so after it was over, I'm looking at Trina and I was like, listen, just get up there and putt it. Don't overthink it. Just get up there and putt it.
Yep.
And so he looked at it and he looked like he was getting ready to start doing what Justin Rose did, and then he just stood up there and putted it. And I was like, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And now, granted, that was like 2.5 foot putt versus the 4-footer he had on 18.
Well, had he taken shorter time, he probably would have had a better run at it.
Probably.
I think he overanalyzed it.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean, and that's why I think golf. It takes a very strong mental game to be able to be successful in golf. Because if you don't, you're gonna fuck yourself.
I just don't care like I used to. I like to have fun with it today.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat myself up with expectation.
I don't care ever.
Yeah.
In golf. In anything else, I'm very competitive. In golf, I'm just out there. My mindset when I'm out there golfing is I'm out in nature. I'm walking around. It's a beautiful day generally.
Yeah. Birds chirping.
And I'm hanging out with my buddies.
Yep.
And it's like, what else could you ask for? Bourbon. And I generally have that too. So
Yep.
I'm generally in a good spot.
You're in a happy place.
I don't even care. Like, I'll get upset, like, if here and there. But for the most part, I'm just like, I'm excited just to be out golfing.
Are you excited for Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah, I am.
I am, and it's going to be hard to, I guess, hold a candle to the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to think that I want it to. Dude, yeah, okay.
Oh.
13 Colony. I have a bottle in front of us that you won't find anymore. This is from 2021.
And this is Sour Mash?
This is their Sour Mash Bourbon Whiskey. This is sourced from Wyoming.
Wyoming Whiskey Company?
I'm thinking, yes.
What else is from Wyoming?
I know. This could be Steve Nally distillate
Well,
in our hand.
great follow-up to last week.
This is 52.5% alcohol by volume, 105 proof. This one, I get all kinds of sarsaparilla and root beer.
Yeah, I get a little bit of that, but I get some serious brown sugar, vanilla, and caramel on the finish. Man, this is good. It's almost empty. I don't know what you're doing.
I found this on the shelf down in Georgia. Again, this is a town just outside of Thomaston, and they had 4 of them on the shelf, and I only bought one, and I'm really kicking myself for it. I should have bought all 4.
I feel like this is the best thing we've had so far tonight. This is better than the Fiddler. This is good. This is a well-balanced. It's got some heaviness to it. It's got some sweetness to it. It's got some tobacco and oak to it. This is a really nice bourbon.
Mm-hmm. This one's so good.
Yeah, this is very good. I mean, honestly, if you had to rate this, what would you rate this?
I'm about a 3.8, 3.9 on this one, this offering.
Yeah, I'd say 3/8 is 100% reasonable for this. 100%. Yeah. I like this a lot. I like it a lot. This is good. What do we got next?
Next, we are going to visit another 13th colony offering.
Is this one mine?
This is yours. I remember my wife picked this one up.
She did.
While she was traveling.
She was traveling indeed.
Batch of 2024. There's only 5,362 bottles of this. This is their cask strength blended offering.
From 2024?
Yep. Proof is 120.64.
All right. Watch out for that other bottle.
They're hefty. They're thick. They are reminiscent of the
almost like the birthday bourbon, but
Mm-hmm.
they're a little bit of a different shape.
I like these shapes because I feel like even when they're getting low, like this one, they're not.
They keep giving.
But yeah, they keep giving because the oxidation or the air isn't going to affect it quite as much. I feel like
it should affect it more because there's more surface area, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But you could be wrong as well.
I could be wrong as well.
I tell you what, man, this one's good.
I love that sour mash offering, and if I will find more, even if I have to pay secondary for it.
Pour me less than that. Right there. Perfect. Thank you.
I think this one's less than that if you want to trade.
I think they're fucking exactly the same.
Perfect. Good pour.
Yeah. Too much, but good pour. So, Steve Nally, what a great guest, right?
Oh my God.
I mean, honestly, that was such a fun episode. He had a lot of good stories. If you have not listened to our Steve Nally episode, there's a reason why he's a legend in the industry. It's not just because he has been in the industry for 53 years.
But his wife is integral to whiskey too.
Well, you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, but that's okay. We'll let it slide. But I mean, yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, him and his wife both in the Bourbon Hall of Fame. That's one thing. But he's been in the industry for 53 years. Started working at Maker's Mark at 22, right?
Mm-hmm.
And worked there until, 2003.
53 years in the industry.
Insane, right? And then he goes and starts up Wyoming Whiskey Company with them, and then goes and helps with Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Great stuff at Wyoming, too.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of a difference of opinion when he left there. They wanted to do it earlier than he wanted to do it, release-wise. He wanted to wait till, 6 years at least, he said. They wanted to go, 3.5 years or something like
something
that.
Younger.
And so at that point, they had a difference of opinion, but he's still in a good spot with them.
And he still produced a whole bunch of distillate.
But he still talks to them, is what I mean. He still is in a good place with them where he...
How can you be mad at that man or not want to talk to him?
He's such a nice guy.
He's the epitome of somebody who's a Southern gentleman.
Let's just talk about this. I mean, we went and did a barrel pick with Bourbon Enthusiast at Bardstown Bourbon Company. He came in and joined us for our pick.
He didn't have to.
He just came in and joined us for our pick, gave us his feedback after we had made our pick.
I was in awe that day.
Now, he selected the same barrel we did.
Yes.
But he gave us his feedback after. He didn't steer us. He waited, let us do our thing, which I just thought was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came in and explained why we made the right pick after we were done, which was great. And then he invites us up into his office at Bardstown Bourbon Company. We go in and drink a 1993 Maker's Mark, and then we have a Wyoming 10-year-old.
He distilled that Maker's Mark.
I mean, that's insane, right? I mean, what a career.
What a treat.
What a career. Yeah, treat too.
And I don't know what
a treat for us, career for him.
Yes.
Although it was probably a treat for him too. He got to meet us.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably really glad he got to see us.
Oh, I'm definitely glad. I'm sure he's glad he got to see us. And last night, that's probably why he joined us. He's like, damn, I miss those guys. There's something about those guys I miss.
And, we'll drop anything anytime he wants to join.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was just such a great guest. I mean, There's nothing else I can say about that. He was a great guest. He was fun to have on the show, and he had a lot of great stories.
I mean, Weller, Julian Van Winkle,
And
he is the king of wheat.
And he sat and drank with us,
He did.
which was great. He's like, well, yeah, peer pressure.
Of all the weeders, he's the king of wheat.
Yep. All right, let's nose this. This is barrel proof.
Man.
There's a lot going on with this. It is there's some strength I can get. I get the visceral in the nose.
This is where it kind of gets dicey with their labeling and why people have issues with them, because there's not a lot on the label as far as, is this their own? Is this sourced? Where is it coming from?
Listen, I'm a person who tends to favor transparency. Right?
Yeah.
But if you're trying to sell a story and you're trying to work in a state that's not Kentucky, sometimes you need help. You need all the help you can get. And I'm not going to be upset if you're not transparent. As long as what you're producing is good, who gives a shit?
Right.
Where it came from. As long as you're following the rules of the labeling laws and the straight bourbon versus whatever else. As long as you're following those rules, I don't care.
But like last year, there were people that just X'd out their double oaked from their top 100 list because there was such a controversy surrounding.
I bet those people are a blast at parties.
I bet they are, because they're like, oh, they're adding flavors to this, and they're adding additives and blah blah blah. But you don't have any supporting evidence to prove that.
They just feel that way because it tastes too good.
I mean, I know for one, Randall Sullivan, he doesn't care for them because he feels like they put flavors into their whiskey.
I mean, if they're doing that, then they shouldn't be able to call it what they call it. And if that's the case, then they are breaking the law.
Jason went there. Remember, he was talking to us about it, and he's like, I saw nothing to support any of that.
Yeah, well, you know what? Honestly, it's not like they're going to display it to him, but people just get on these kicks, man. They get on these kicks.
Like, how can it be that dark?
Right. That's probably where it started.
It's in Georgia. It's heat.
Let's taste this. Let's taste this.
I already did.
It's good. This is good. This is mine, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't.
You probably
drink
don't
this more.
visit it enough. I was going to say.
I don't. What's funny is I went into my so I have multiple cabinets in my house of keeping, liquor and whiskey and, whatever else I have around the house, scotch, whatever. I opened it up the other day, the one that this bottle's in, and I looked at it and I'm like, I should revisit that. And then I didn't. I ended up pulling out a Maker's Mark Private Select instead. And I'm glad we're doing this episode because this is good. This reminds me that I should probably visit this more often. This is good.
I'm hoping the wife will get back down there and pick up 2025 when it's out.
Reach out to me.
I will.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Let's pour the last one in there.
Should plan.
The dark molasses.
We should plan to go down to Kentucky for Four Roses small batch release.
The limited?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't I go last year?
I didn't. I don't think I said anything, or maybe
no,
I did.
There was something going on for me that I couldn't go. When was it last year?
It was in late August.
Something was going on. I couldn't go.
And it was late August, early September.
But if we plan ahead of time, I can probably make it.
Because I'm planning to leave like early to get to Maker's Mark by 5 a.m. Because same weekend they released Cellar Age.
Was it August? Or was it actually September?
It was September.
Because it was the same weekend as the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, wasn't
yes.
it?
Oh, it might have been. You were at Bourbon and Beyond with Trina when you got sick.
That
might
be. No, because they switched it last year. I think they were back-to-back weekends, but that was the reason I couldn't go because I knew the next weekend I was going. I think that's what it was. But yeah, anyway.
But we're going to do a twofer and hit Maker's Mark and get a ticket and then go up to Four Roses.
Okay.
And we're going to do a double whammy and get both.
Double whammy.
Big money, no whammy.
No whammy.
Remember that game show?
Yeah. I loved Pressure Luck. That was my favorite. That was one of my favorites.
Game Show Network is underrated.
So do you remember the scandal of the guy that figured out the algorithm?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So, No Whammy had the whammy board, how it went around. He figured out how to avoid whammies, and he made tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
Pour out the next one, please.
You're rushing
Do
me.
as I say.
You're rushing me.
I'm Ukrainian you. Wait, what? My feet are right in your way.
That's all right.
And I'm not moving them.
It's going to be an interesting nose.
It's very...
I'm going to pour this one just a little bit heavier for you.
Not for me. No.
You're going to want a little heavier on this.
I'll take a sample after you leave.
Okay.
But I don't want a heavy pour. That's good. I got to go to the office tomorrow, man. I feel like that's not any lighter than what you just poured, but whatever. So, introduce this.
It's dark.
It's very dark.
It's like Vader.
No. Introduce it. I'll talk about that.
All right. So this is the 13th Colony Double Oaked Cask Strength Batch 3. I was on a hunt for this one last Thanksgiving, and wife and I went driving around Georgia to various liquor stores that we had purchased stuff at previously. One of them we got an old Carter rye from, and we went in there, and they had it, but he wanted $400 for it, so I passed.
Yeah.
And then so we went around to a couple other ones, and we ventured back into that Thomaston location at the train tracks where I purchased the Fiddler Toasted. And I had it in my hand. I was up there purchasing, and I got talking to the lady that was at the register, and I was just talking about different bottles they had on the back, shelving units, and a lot of them were secondary, and a lot of them I wouldn't purchase at the price. They had this sitting on there, and it was marked at $2.99, and MSRP's $1.99. So it's still $100 over, retail.
Do you ever say, "Hey, I'll give you $2.50 for it"?
So I'm getting to the negotiation part.
Yeah.
So I walk up there and I said, I'm holding the Fiddler. I'm like, so I'm purchasing this, and I see you have that 13th Colony Double Oak for $2.99. I'm just not there on it. That's what I said to her, and she looked back and she was like, "What do you want it for?" And I was like, I'll probably pay $2.50 for it. I know it's retail at $1.99. Give you an extra $50. We both make out. I still buy this with it. You sell 2 bottles. And she went and got the owner, and he came over and he was talking to me, and I threw the podcast out there. I was like, I'll definitely drop you guys, when we have this on the show. And
so what's the store? What's its name?
I will look it up here in a second. But I will drop it. I promise.
You better not. You better not renege.
No, I'm not going to renege. And I told him the name of our podcast and to look out for it. I'll send him an email or something. I'll look it up and find it. But so I'm talking to him, and he's just like, people buy it at $2.99. And I said, you know what? Give me an hour to think on it, and I'll be back. And so I left, and we were driving around showing Conrad, who was with me. We had just got him for full time, and we were showing him around her hometown, right where she grew up. And
that's cool.
I called Jason while we were driving around, and God bless him, he answers every time.
He does. No,
what a good guy.
Yeah. No, I
he's
really
a good
enjoy
friend.
Jason. Yeah.
And I told him what I'd found. I said it was batch 3. Asked him his opinion on it. I told him the price they wanted for it, and he said $2.99. Buy it. He said it's the best of batch 1 and the best of batch 2 together.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And so I went back
and told them $2.50.
And so I did. Yeah, I did. I went back and I was like, I'm still at $2.50 for it. And he's like, I just can't go that low. I said, how about this? How about you give it to me for $2.75? I feel like I won. We'll meet in the middle. And he sold it to me for $2.75.
That's the nice thing about the secondary places. If you go to a place where they're not just complete assholes and they set museum prices, then you can a lot of times haggle, and you can get maybe not the price you want,
right,
but a price that's cheaper than what they're offering. So
that's what happened at one of the stores outside of Thomaston when I got my old Carter Batch 12 rye. The guy, he's like, I don't even have it in my system. I don't know what it's worth, because he had just got it.
That's when you tell him what it's worth.
But I was
that's a $54 bottle.
I was honest, and so I told him, I said, retail, those go for $149.99, which they do at the pop-up shop. I said, I'll pay you $2.25 for it. You make some money. I get a bottle I want. And he did it for me.
Well, and he gets it wholesale. He doesn't.
Well, right. But,
you know,
but
so
like
I
gave him that little extra.
If 149 is the MSRP, he's probably getting it for 120.
Right. And I offered $225.
Yeah,
which
so
to
he's making
me is worth it.
That's like a soft penis. You can't beat it.
Right. If you make a good offer, they're not going to say no.
Generally speaking.
Generally.
Unless they're just dickheads.
Especially if they don't know the product.
Yeah.
You know, I told
I've
them
been
what
to a few.
it was.
I've been to a few restaurants, or not restaurants. I'm sorry, restaurants too, but like liquor stores where they just don't know the product and they have no idea. So they either want to go buy the book or you can talk them into something.
Mm-hmm. This nose is redonkulous.
The nose is. There's a lot of oak. You can tell it's been double oaked or double barreled or whatever you want to call it.
You get the proof.
Yeah. What's the proof on this?
I didn't say it yet.
Right. What is it?
Okay, so this is batch 642. This is bottle number 1075, which there's only 3,600 of them.
Okay.
Proof 133.74.
Okay. That's a high proof. Not quite hazmat, but it's
Dark
it's up
as
there.
shit.
It's very dark. Very dark. Let's taste it. The nose is very, very oak forward.
Oak forward, but it's also complex.
And tobacco forward.
And tobacco. There's some layers to it, though.
There's more there. This almost noses like a cigar blend to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what I did. I gave Trey a sample of this, and when I gave him the sample of our Jack Daniels pick, I told him to compare the two in his his machine.
Yeah. Did he ever?
Not yet. He hasn't done it yet. He's been traveling.
That fucker. Stop traveling, Trey. Trey, stop traveling. Trey, travel. Trey, travel. All right. Let's taste this. I'm tired of the nose. I'm not tired of the nose, but.
What is that? I like it. I just can't pinpoint it yet. Bubblegum?
No.
I don't think I've ever been stumped before.
I'm getting a lot of chocolate coffee notes. So this is interesting to me. I'm getting a lot of.
Is your finish still happening?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Me too.
It lingered for a second. That's a good call out. I'm getting the oak and the tobacco are front and center as soon as you taste it, which is interesting for oak and tobacco. Those are usually, for me, on the back of the tongue.
Right.
But I'm getting a really heavy coffee. It's almost like a malted, like a coffee, chocolate, or cacao, whatever you want to call it, finish. And it's good. It's pleasing.
Cacao is a good call.
It's a very pleasing. Yeah, it's like a baking chocolate, not like a
right. This is like what you put in brownies.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. But I'm getting like a little, man. It's very rich, which is a good
mouth
thing.
Experience it's full.
It is. It's heavy. I don't want to say it's super viscous, but it's heavy. It's like heavy on the tongue, if that makes sense. Thick, maybe that's a better word.
Wait, thick?
It's thick. It's thick inside my mouth.
It's my wife's favorite radio personality.
Hey-o.
Thick Rick.
Yeah, coffee and cacao is what I'm getting. It reminds me, man, yeah, 100%. Coffee, cacao, there's a bitterness there that's pleasing. It's not a bad bitterness.
It's astringent in a pleasant way.
Yeah. Bitterness, are you getting the bitterness? Like a good bitterness? Like it's a, man, this is good.
There's something sparkling. on the tongue.
Endemic.
I was talking to her the other day, and she sent me a picture of her and her friend from the Billy Strings concert down in Georgia.
Yeah. I didn't she post that on the...
She probably did.
Yeah. She's been traveling, I feel like, lately.
We'll have to let her know about our Elijah Craig pick through OHLQ.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, this is good. This almost... So hear me out. You know how most people talk about like a dessert bourbon, like a... you know how most people talk about like a dessert bourbon?
Yeah.
Being like a sweet or like a, like almost like a Woodford double oaked or the 1910 from Old Forester or, things like that have like a sweetness to them. This reminds me of a dessert, but like a dessert coffee. A coffee you'd have after you've had your meal, that's on the menu for finishing your meal, not for, know what I mean?
Yeah, no. It makes my mouth feel like I've had Pop Rocks in it.
I don't get that, but I get like a desserty coffee.
I don't mean the flavor
Drink.
of Pop Rocks, but my mouth is just going like
Super
fireworks.
active, super active. Yeah.
It's hyperactive.
Okay. Taste buds are super active. I get that.
It's a
I get
feeling,
that.
not the flavor.
Yeah. No, okay. I'll buy that.
Which there's not many whiskeys that do that for me.
This to me, honestly,
Coy Hill does.
It reminds me of like if you were to buy a dessert coffee or a coffee, a coffee nightcap type of thing at a restaurant at the end of a meal. They're always a little bit more... Sweet's not the right word, but like they have a little bit of a different taste to them that signifies the end of your meal.
Mm-hmm.
This aligns with that to me. This is good. This is really good.
$2.75.
This is one that I wouldn't drink as a daily drinker. This is one that I would finish my evenings with sometimes. Maybe after like a heavy meal.
But if you were offered it for $2.75, would you pull the trigger?
I'd think about it. This is not... $2.75 is not unreasonable.
Secondary is like $600.
Listen, $2.75 is not unreasonable for this. It's just... Where are you at right now in your headspace? So that's where I would be. Like if I'm like about to leave for Italy and saving some money so that my wife can spend some fucking money on it, then I'm not spending $2.75 for this. If I'm in the middle of the year and nothing's going on and I know that this is a good bottle, I'd pay $2.75 for this for sure.
Fucking Morgan's over there right now. She texted or called or texted her mom today or last night. She goes, I ate a whole pizza today.
Where is she?
They had just left Rome and they were heading towards one of the seas.
Naples? Capri?
Might be Capri.
Sicily? Capri? If it's Capri, it's down near Amalfi Coast, I believe. But anyway, look that up while I ramble.
Adriatic Sea.
Adriatic Sea.
Yep.
That's
to Greece.
That's very, very... So that's on the east coast of Italy.
Yeah. She had a pizza and she goes, I ate a whole pizza. And Danielle goes, what size?
Yeah. So Stanley Tucci, if you're a fan of his work as an actor, if you subscribe to Max, I think is what it's called. It's HBO Cinemax. It's their streaming platform. Stanley Tucci has it's like Finding Italy, I think is what it's called. And he goes to the 21 or 23 or whatever it is regions of Italy, and it's primarily based around food, and it's a phenomenal series. I've been watching it before we go to Italy.
Oh, okay.
And it's so good. I've been like doing Google, like saves of the different restaurants he goes to and stuff like that. I will tell you, it's like a laid back, it's a, reality TV type of thing, but he's going to all these different restaurants and all these different cities and locales within Italy, and it's so good so far. I've really enjoyed the show, and it's almost like a recon before you go to Italy, And one of the places when they went to Naples, Naples is the home of the original pizza shop in the world.
Wow.
First ever pizza shop. And then they're also the home of the original pizza, which was more like a calzone type of thing.
Was the original pizza without sauce? It was just like cheese and dough?
No, so pizza originally in Italy was kind of like this, before it became like a restaurant type of thing. It was like a peasant food that they would take the remainder of their stuff before it went bad. And so it might be olive oil was this, or it might be tomatoes, it might be whatever. And they would take their bread, or not bread, but like their crust, whatever it was. They would make that, and they would just put whatever toppings on it that made sense. And so it was kind of a thing that was like okay, our food's about to go bad, or we have just this mishmash of things that we need to cook.
It's funny. You make me think of Sebastian Maniscalco in one of his bits.
You love his. I do not know him, and you always talk about his stand-up.
He talks about going to his wife's family for dinner, and her nationality is not Italian, right? And he's like, "Listen, when I go to dinner, if there's not bread and oil on the table within like 3 minutes,"
yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I'm right there with him. What do you rate this? You asked me if it was worth $275. Do you think it's worth $275?
I do.
Good.
I do because it's so different. Like it's not like anything else I have in my collection.
It is unique 100%. I will agree with that. It is good. I'm trying to think of. It's very close, in my opinion, to a cigar blend. It's
without
just,
being finished, yeah.
Just so rich.
It is rich.
And so heavy in a good way.
I see why people think that they put additives into it because there's so much going on.
I don't feel that at all.
But you got to think it's being aged in Georgia. It's hot. What kind of warehouse is it in? Is it palletized, stacked, or how is it being aged? Where are their barrels from?
It's just good. I don't taste anything that feels like there's additives
if it's good,
at all.
If it's good, don't analyze it.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself, guys.
Yeah, enjoy the liquid.
Enjoy the juice.
And I will until
Put
this thing
the
is
liquid
gone.
in the bowl.
Into the mouth.
Do you hear the vibration of my wife calling? It means she's on her way home. We got to wrap this thing up, guys, because she's on her way. I got to get JD out of here before she gets home. No, just kidding.
Boy.
Thanks for joining in. This was a fun episode. Georgia. Who would have thunk?
Georgia.
And we didn't even get to the Old Fourth Distillery.
We didn't. I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sauced.
Yeah. I shouldn't admit that.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't. But it's okay. Thanks for joining in, guys. This was a fun episode. We have not done a Georgia episode ever. So
good stuff from there.
Good stuff, yeah. ASW, 13th Colony.
I need to get Jason to maybe bring over a Georgia Heartwood from Fiddler.
When I talked to him about a Georgia episode, he forgot about ASW.
Did he?
He did. He's like, so what, 13th Colony? I'm like, there's other stuff, man. There's other stuff. So, Jason, if you're listening, which I know you do, guilty pleasure of yours, listen to our ASMR. ASW, buddy. ASW. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. If you're a fan of the podcast, give us a 4-star review. If you're not a fan of the podcast, give us a 4-star review.
Or a 5.
If you can give us a 5-star review, that would help our average.
It helps get us good guests.
I don't think 5 stars is the thing.
No?
I think 4 is the top.
I think 5.
Either way, give us whatever the top star review is. Give it to us.
And check out our Patreon.
Yeah, check out our Patreon. We got single barrel releases coming.
Really good stuff. I've been on the
Good
picks.
stuff.
You can trust it.
Stamp of approval from JD. See you next weekend.
Thank you for joining us on yet another hunt for bourbon. Please give us a 5-star review anywhere you are listening, but if you don't, leave some constructive criticism in the review so that we can better improve our show. But until then, sit back, grab a pour, kick up your feet, and enjoy some bourbon. The Bourbon Hunters podcast has been craft distilled, produced, recorded, and edited by Dude Pool. For any questions, comments, or recommendations, please reach out to info@bourbonhunters.com